It is possible that something you think about can turn into reality within the next 24 hours. You might hear that as an exaggerated motivational phrase, but what I'm talking about here isn't daydreaming. It's about consciously using the operating system of your mind. Because the mind is not a passive organ. It constantly selects, eliminates, directs, and moves you towards certain outcomes. Yes, my brother, if you've liked the video and subscribed, now let me tell you how this works. Thousands of thoughts pass through your mind during the day, but some are stronger than others. Why? Because they are accompanied by emotion, and that emotion turns a simple idea into a directive command. There's a big difference between casually thinking about something and truly seeing it as possible. If you add belief and feeling to a thought, your body reacts accordingly. Your shoulders shift, your gaze changes, your tone of voice changes, and most importantly, your decisions change. Thought, emotion, behavior, result. The moment you notice this chain, you begin to understand the power of 24 hours. Now be honest, have you ever experienced this? You think about someone and they text you. You fear something and it happens. You say, they're definitely going to call, and the phone rings. In that moment, there's a strange feeling, as if there's an invisible connection. Most people call it coincidence and move on, but in reality, the process had already begun. You had magnified that possibility in your mind. Without realizing it, you adjusted your behavior according to that possibility, and when the result appeared, you were surprised. Now we're talking about doing this consciously. The mind works like a filter system. You don't see everything that happens during the day. You only notice what you focus on. Think about a new car model. Suddenly you start seeing it everywhere. Those cars didn't just appear. Your attention changed. The same applies to your life. If you focus on the thought, there are no opportunities, your mind selects risks and obstacles. If you focus on an opportunity might appear, your mind notices small openings. A 24-hour shift usually begins not in the outer world, but in the inner one. Let's go through an example. Imagine you think you're going to receive good news tomorrow. You take that thought seriously. A small sense of confidence forms inside you. That confidence makes you more relaxed. You speak with more positive energy. Maybe you send a message you would normally postpone. Maybe you initiate a conversation. And that small chain of actions produces a result. Then you say, I manifested this. But in reality, you made a conscious choice. The most important point here is this. Thoughts don't float in empty space. They project into the world through your body. When you think about something with fear, your body tightens, your tone lowers, you become defensive. People sense this on a subconscious level. They respond more distantly, and that leads you to say, see, it didn't work. But when you think about something with confidence, your body relaxes, eye contact increases, your voice becomes clearer, your decision-making speeds up. People respond differently. So reality doesn't just come at you from the outside, you contribute to it. Now let's talk about a 24-hour experiment. Don't try to change your whole life. Don't ask for huge miracles. Just choose something small and concrete. For example, tomorrow someone will give me positive feedback. Or tomorrow I'll experience a small positive development related to money. After choosing it, here's what you do. Feel it as if it has already happened for a few seconds. Not exaggerated, not forced, just as if it's possible. Close your eyes, picture the moment. Feel a slight sense of relief inside. Maybe a small smile forms on your face. That feeling matters, because the mind prioritizes thoughts that carry emotion. Then let it go. Don't constantly check during the day. Don't pressure your mind with, has it happened yet? Because that state of checking creates a feeling of lack, and lack produces the opposite effect. Instead, stay open. Notice small signs throughout the day. Maybe it won't happen exactly the way you imagined, but a door may open, A conversation may begin. An idea may come. The mind opens pathways first, then the result arrives. It's also important to know this. Most people are already doing 24-hour creation, but in a negative direction. It's definitely going to go wrong. No one ever calls me. My life is hard. When you carry these sentences all day, your mind avoids risk. You communicate less. You act more closed off, and the result doesn't turn out the way you want. Then you say, "I was right." You weren't right. You were consistent. You acted in alignment with your thought. This is where awareness comes in. If you connect your thought with your result, you take your power back. There are 3 things to pay attention to during the 24-hour process. First, don't constantly check. Impatience disrupts the energy. Second, when doubt comes, don't fight it. Just say, "It may happen, it may not," and move forward. Third, don't treat this like a test. It's an experiment. No pressure, no forcing. Now let's go a little deeper. The mind is programmed through repetition. If you think the same thought repeatedly during the day, your subconscious accepts it as normal, and the body does not resist what it considers normal. When there's no resistance, behavior flows more naturally, and natural behavior is more convincing. When you try to force something, people feel it, but when you move with genuine confidence, that energy transfers. So carry your chosen thought naturally for 24 hours. You can say to yourself, "Let's see what surprise life has prepared for me today." This sentence creates expectation without creating pressure. Remember, the goal here is not to force reality. It's to tune yourself to a different frequency, to step into a more open, more attentive, more courageous version of yourself. In fact, during these 24 hours, the biggest change happens inside, not outside. You become more hopeful, calmer, clearer, and the decisions that version of you makes naturally produce different results. Maybe on the first day, something small happens. Maybe your mood simply improves. Maybe someone smiles at you. These small shifts create a chain reaction. After a while, you realize something. Life is not completely under your control, but it's not completely out of your control either. Thoughts give direction. Emotions provide fuel. Actions initiate movement. Now I want you to do this. Set one intention for the next 24 hours. Let it be small, realistic, but exciting to you. Choose it. Feel it as if it has already happened for a brief moment, and then continue with your day. Tomorrow, at this exact time, look back and ask yourself, what small thing changed today? Maybe what you thought won't happen in the exact same way, but there will be movement, because the mind does not stay idle. It works toward where you direct it. And if you do this for a few days in a row, you'll notice something else. You're no longer someone who waits for coincidences. You become someone who consciously invites them. 24 hours is not a long time, but when used consciously, it's enough to open a door. Now the decision is yours. For the next 24 hours, will you carry fear or possibility? Will you feed doubt or confidence? Because what you think may be touching your reality much faster than you realize. And maybe tomorrow, at this exact time, a single sentence will pass through your mind. I thought about this.